Alright, recording.
We'll wait till you sit down and I'll pass it over. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Daniel Rage.
I'm Derek Farnham.
I'm Kurt Flipiak.
And these are the questions that you asked us to read off and answer honestly. Can we do that?
I think so.
I hope
Sure.
so. But we're going to try to do our best to answer these as possible. But I'm going to give it to Mr. Derek because he's got more of an auto-tone voice.
Start by telling us your name, age, city, you each live in.
Alright, my name's Daniel Rage. I'm 43 and I live in North Tonawanda, New York.
I'm Derek Farnham. I am 28 years young and I live in Hamburg, New York.
I'm Kurt Flipiak. I'm 27 years old and I live in Hamburg, New York.
Now, how do you know each other?
I only known you for about an hour. And I've known Kurt for a while. So we'll see how that
Yeah.
goes, you know.
And me and Kurt have known each other since we were, what, 10?
Yeah,
10-ish, first grade. And we've actually been doing it together for a while.
Doing what? You got that didn't sound right. No, just kidding.
Talk a bit about personalities of each other.
Well, see, Kurt, his personality is scientific, very down to earth. He's really searchable. He likes to find things out. He's what I call a tinkerer. He likes to tinker with things to find out how they tick, how they work. From what I know from working with them and hanging with them, and finding out what makes things the way they are.
I would definitely agree. The only thing I might add to that is he's very, very passionate about the things he does.
We appreciate that, guys. I've known Dan for quite some time now. I've worked with him, and he's very comical. He's always making people laugh in the room. When it's time to be serious, he can be very serious, and he has just an infinite amount of information, and he loves working with other people and sharing all the information he has. And Derek, I've known him since the first grade, and same with him. He's very comical, always likes to make people laugh. Me and him, we've been best friends for a very long time, and he's just always been a guy that I can trust on.
Next question is, have you ever seen a ghost, or have you ever experienced something paranormal?
When I was, I would say when my younger years, I'd seen ghosts. Paranormal always interests me. I find it very interesting to understand things that aren't there or go bump in the night. Why do they do what they do? And I think it's kind of fascinating that they do have this opportunity to push out the limits of what actually exists and what doesn't, finding fact against fiction. So I'm more of a factual type of guy, and I like to find out why the facts are the facts and dig deep. And I mean, deep they go, or the deeper they go, it's the best way to look. So I mean, that's more me. And to that question, I do believe, so we'll see what happens.
I would definitely have to say that I believe in the paranormal. I was 5 years old, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I heard something. I looked out the window, and I saw my great-grandmother, or what I remember to be the form of something. And I went downstairs, and I woke up my parents, and approximately 20 to 30 minutes later, they get a phone call that my great-grandmother passed away 20 or 30 minutes beforehand. And that's always stuck with me, and that's what got me into what we do now, and when it comes to investigating.
I would like to say that I have. I've certainly been involved in a lot of situations that unexplainable things have happened to me. Growing up in a house that was claimed to be extremely active and having it exorcised by a priest twice. But I'm not 100% sure with that. I'm more of a skeptical when it comes to this type of field. Like Dad mentioned, I'm very scientific when it comes to this. And, living in a house that was active, I've actually developed a fear of the dark. I don't like to be in the dark all by myself. But with that, I do believe that I did experience some things paranormal. I just don't have a logical explanation for them at this time.
That's why he's got us. We protect them. We
That's
bring
right.
the flashlights.
Have you ever investigated the paranormal? If yes, tell us about it.
Yes, I have plenty of times. I know Kurt has, and I know from what Kurt says in hanging with you, we all have. We've done experiments of our own, EVP type of stuff, white noise. We've also tried to, track down apparitions on camera. We track orbs, stuff like that. We've been to cemeteries. I've been to a few museums and homes myself that have been haunted. I know Kurt and I have done a little small investigation at a cemetery and found some interesting facts and seen a lot of strange things. But the mysticism of it all is what really gets us, is why this is happening. Why now? Why is it more popular? Why are so many people involved? And our thing is we really like to, do our thing and prove to the world that we can, bring you something that's well entertaining but worth facts, telling you that things actually that do exist are existing, and these are the reasons why, and we want to just do the best we can.
I agree.
What do you think,
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, next question. You watch the ghost hunting shows on TV. What do you think about them?
I don't watch them. I mean, the first time they came on, I watched them one time, and yeah, it was fun. But to me, hearing a bunch of people running around going, ooh, what's that, ooh, and not seeing it, to me that's, it's not what, what ghost hunting is. Ghost hunting is, if you're really going to ghost hunt, research the facts before you go into the place. Do a little history. Look to see if anybody has, had a demise or actually is deceased, and if there's any activity. And finding that activity and proving it, either theoretical or, non-theoretical, and making sure that the facts fit, and it's not all fiction. You don't got some little Chinese guy running around in a diaper tapping on a window and shaking a little aluminum saying, hey, it's thundering outside.
Yeah.
We want the real facts.
Yeah. Well, just going off of what you said, Dan, I like the people that'll actually take their time out and go somewhere to research the background on an investigation beforehand. So you actually know about the accounts in the area, and something just doesn't come up, and it's just like, you're like, wow, it's like tossing it out in the left field. You just didn't expect it. You got to expect everything when you're going into an investigation, and you got to keep a level-headed mind.
And there's been investigations
Absolutely.
that, you come across that, there is no history on it. It's just something paranormal, something that's there.
That's true.
Yep. I happen to watch the shows, and I do like them to a certain extent. It's more of an entertainment type purpose for myself, and some of the shows I like that they are helping people, and they are out there, and they have the same kind of goals as a lot of the other paranormal investigators do. So that's some of the stuff I do like about them.
Next question is, are you interested in ghost hunting?
I'm very much interested. I like to see what goes bump in the middle of the night, who's knocking, who's walking, hearing footsteps or whatever. I think that'd be kind of interesting. EVPs, on the other hand, white noise, I'm into that. I would like to, see if anybody's really talking, and seeing and feeling, different effects it has on the psyche and, what it does to people, I'm not a fearful type of person, but there's probably something out there that rock my world,
Probably. I agree.
Make my shoes run out the door before I can even reach the knob, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm very, very, very on the same page, very much on the same page as you. I've always been that guy where somebody's like, oh, this place is haunted, I don't ever want to go in there again. Well, I'm the guy that's why I want to go in there and experience what they experienced, just to see what was going on. To, put myself in somebody else's shoes to see the horror that they went through instead of automatically saying, hey, that person's crazy.
Yeah, even if they scare me the first time, it's like, you scare you? I'd still go back.
Yeah.
Why'd you scare me? I want to know who you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm on the same wavelength as these two. Myself, I made a personal commitment and to set out and find these answers to the questions I've always had since I was little, and it's nice to have Derek and Dan with me too, because like I said, they're on the same wavelength as I am, and of course I'm interested in the ghost hunting. Living in a very active house, I've always wondered why and what it was and certain things like that, and that's just the type of thing that I'm set out to do. Is I'm here to find out answers and help as many people along the way as I can.
I'm always trying to find out who's eating my sandwich every night. You know, I put a sandwich in the fridge and I go up in the morning and they go get it. It's gone. I
You
want to
know
know
deep
who's
down
eating it.
inside you had it.
I don't
Come
know,
on.
but every time I look, it's gone. Man.
All right, what are your views on life after death? Do you believe in ghosts or spirits or transfer of one's energy after death?
I could say yes, yes, and yes, because I have my own personal near-death experiences. I had twice in my life. I seen what was on the other side that it's hard to explain because words can't put it into full description. The human mind, the human existence itself can't put any justification on what's there on the other side, even though we see it and we can obtain it or retain it and put the information out there in a logical sense. It still doesn't get a justification. Now, transference of energy, I do believe, because everybody shares a kinetic bond or a brotherhood or a link to what I call a source energy. And you just know when a person's good and bad. You just know. Mm-hmm. And if you come around that person, that's, to me, is transference. That's transferring energy of one person to another in a living sense. But in a deceased sense, I guess, because you get goosebumps, you get hair on the back of your neck, you get a chill.
Yep.
To me, that's letting them know that they're there in a response. So, I mean, you know, either way, it's all yes, yes, and yes.
Okay. Well, I definitely would like to believe that there's life after death. I mean, I've never actually had an experience to where I passed away and came back, so I can't really say I've experienced that, but I'd like to think that the experience I had when I was 5 was real. And, you know, it was my great-grandmother, and she was ill and okay. She wanted to let me know it was okay. That's why she was waving goodbye. As far as transfer of energy after, you know, somebody passes away, if you believe in one, you kind of got to believe in them all, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with yes.
With myself, my views on life after death is I believe the human body is made up of a spirit or a soul and energy, and I believe that when the human body passes, your spirit or soul goes on to the next life that's in store for you, and your energy stays here, and that's how we're able to communicate, hopefully, with people that have passed on. In a way, I do want to believe in ghosts and spirits and the transfer of energy after death, but again, being somewhat of a skeptical, I need that logical explanation, I need that proof, and I just haven't found it yet,
Yep.
So that's what I'm set out to do.
Okay, have you ever used a Ouija board, and or do you think it's possible to communicate with the deceased via mediums or psychics?
You want me to answer that question?
Go ahead, Dan.
Short and simple.
All right, so short.
Yeah, just think short and simple. That's kind of hard.
Ouija boards, no, I will never touch them, never be around them, because I know what they're capable of doing. I know the possibilities of portals. I know the energies that come through there are more negative than positive. Do I believe that you can communicate to the dead via medium or psychic? I do so because I am myself a medium psychic, because I have these abilities from my death and coming back and experiencing things personally. I do this as a living too, and I do help people all the time. Understanding how things work in a vibrational frequency of energies or transference or kinetics. These things are possible, they are real, they are proven scientifically that they work on a vibration similar to magnetic frequencies or some type of vibrational frequencies of Earth realms. But yeah, I do believe that it's possible. I know for a fact for myself, I do it, so it's possible to me. I don't know about you guys.
I hear you. As far as Ouija boards are concerned, at a young age, young and dumb, hanging out at, you know, like little party or whatever, I've seen people messing around with them, but after I learned what they can do, yeah, I'd never touch another one again. As far as psychics and mediums, sure, why not? I mean, if like I say, I want to believe there's another side, why wouldn't there be people that can, you know, break the bond between, you know, life and death and be able to communicate both ways?
I personally never used a Ouija board. I've just heard stories, and like Dan said, there's more negative that comes through than positive. I've never really had a reason to. And as far as the question on mediums and psychics, Dan mentioned that he is one. I've never had a reading done by one or anyone like that, so I have to go with I'm not sure at this time. But again, what Derek said, I'd like to believe in that, but again, I need those facts, and I need to experience it for myself, and again, just haven't yet.
What do you think the experience will be like? Classify your fears about it, and or what it makes you excited about it.
Well, I would say this. In the whole opportunity part, you're giving us an opportunity to prove something that possibly exists towards the normal psyche of human consciousness, or what we perceive as norm or abnormal. The opportunity is well taken by what we're trying to do here in this video and reading the questions, because we ourselves, we do investigate weird stuff and we do try to figure it out, but giving us the opportunity to prove something that is real and factual, that is actually part of our existence on different planes or dimensional traits. We just want to make sure, and I hope you all agree, that we go out and get the opportunity to prove the facts with the fiction, to prove that the fiction isn't real. It's the facts that you have to go back on. Because a lot of the shows that you've seen, I mean, I hear about them, I don't watch it. It's that a lot of these people go out and they say, hey, you know, this is this is that, you know, this is what we see. But half the time you're not seeing what they're seeing, because they're out there looking at themselves, portraying that they're doing something. And trying to seek out the answers as what we call local scientists, not, you know, political or functional scientists, but we are backyard scientists, as I would say, because we ourselves, with my abilities and stuff that I've gone through in my own personal experiences in doing and helping people now, and you guys investigating, they've given us an opportunity to express how we are as people and as friends, and being part of an experiment that possibly could work. I think it'd be great. I do appreciate it. Do I have any fears? The only fear I have is not doing it well. Not putting out the right message, not putting out the right statistics. Because if you don't have the statistics to back the facts, it makes you look empty. And I think more or less on the analytical side of me, I mean, I hope you guys agree that we want to do the best we can and give them the facts and bring them reality. And if it's a reality TV-based show, what better yet to be real with real people and then giving them the reality of that interjection or that concourse that we're trying to build.
I 100% agree. As far as what I think the experience will be fantastic. To be able to be plucked out of, you know, random places like this whole opportunity is fantastic to start. To be able to just pick random groups and say, hey, you know what, let's see what everybody else has got as far as, you know, what we can come up with. My whole goal when I walk into an investigation is to find one of the claims completely debunked. Like, I want to be able to find fact in fiction. I want to be able to say, hey, you know what, it wasn't this. This was the reason why this happened. So, like, just to narrow it down even more. As far as fears go, claustrophobic a little bit. I had an accident back in 2003, and after that, claustrophobia set in a little bit, and pitch blackness, another kind of little fear hidden behind there. But I worked through that because I know, you know, when we go into an investigation, we are trying to help the people out, and I can push through that because of that.
Right. Again, I agree 100% with Dan and his explanation, and same with Derek. So going right into my fears is that I'm going to get more answers than I bargained for, and also too is, like Dan said, we're not going to do a good enough job and walk away maybe with no evidence or anything like that to prove to anybody that it is a skeptic that, you know, this sort of thing does exist.
I believe we're all skeptic. You know, I'm skeptic, even though I know what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still skeptic in the things I can do because I push myself to the envelope every day, helping people, because there's certain things that I know about people I shouldn't, but it comes as it comes, and it's fact. And when the validation or the fact hit, and it validates to those people that are involved or the situation, it usually becomes 100% fact, and it's real.
But I'm really excited to hopefully be part of this. Going back to what Derek said is hopefully we'll be taken out of what we're used to in this area and put somewhere that's brand new, and given that once in a lifetime opportunity to just spend 7 days and do a very thorough job. Most places around here, they only give us a few hours, and
you might not find that
Yeah.
bump in the night that
Exactly.
night. It could be any time,
I
day or
love the
night.
unexpected.
Yeah, exactly.
The unexpected to me is
We could be
fabulous.
sleeping in this location and then
Yeah.
it just kicks off in the middle of the
Yeah.
night. Last question is, what do you want to participate, or why? Why do you want to participate in a project like this?
I think it'd be fascinating. Like you said, Kurt, it's taking us out of our norm. You know, here we're in a small town, or actually a small area, that has some paranormal activity, but we're not experiencing what we actually are looking for. We want that great expectation. We want that challenge. We want to make sure that if we're out there, we're going to do the best for our community, the best for our situation. And if this does become something great or grand, it becomes a pilot or it gets into the mainstream, it's even better because, you know, we just want to advocate this. As researchers, backyard scientists, and non-political people, we want to make sure that we as a unit put the right perspective and turn on what we're doing.
Absolutely.
If it's fact, we give you fact. If it's reality, we'll show you reality. If it's life, unexpected life, we will show you that too because, you know, that's the part of being paranormal.
Yep.
It's not normal.
Yep.
What is normal?
Yep.
This is what you got to ask.
I agree.
This is the
I
question.
agree.
What is normal? What is outside your box?
Yep.
Everybody lives inside this little increment, little wind-up box. You crank it up. Here's the Joker.
It's like a whole new world if you
You
ever
know?
step outside that little box.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you touch something and prove that it's amazing or fearful, I mean,
Yep.
you have to be fearful to jump into something like this
Yep.
and have that fear because fear is the mind killer, but it's also the excitement tool that pushes you.
It is. It is.
So,
it excels you.
I mean, I want to excel.
It's like the fight or flight response.
Yeah, I want to excel. So I
Yeah.
mean, if you give us the opportunity,
Yeah.
I think we'll jam it. I think we'll
Absolutely.
do good.
Anytime that something like this comes up, I'm 110% committed to it.
Absolutely.
We do crazy stuff. You call me in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, we're going to a graveyard." Well, why don't we just go to an old abandoned museum?
Yep.
Because they have more artifacts there.
That's
Or
how
an
we
old
are.
psych center.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We want the crazy
Well,
people.
we're really hoping that you give us a shot, and we're really hoping to working further with this type of production.
I
this
don't
type
think
of
you're going to be
project.
disappointed.
Absolutely not. I can
And we want to
guarantee
thank the production company for
Absolutely.
giving us an opportunity. What is it?
Busy Blondes,
yeah,
isn't it?
Busy Blondes, I guess.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We want to thank you for the opportunity and just letting us, you know, give you a video and check it out on YouTube or wherever it's going to go.
We hope you like it.
But, you know, like I said, I'm Daniel Rage.
I'm Derek Farnham.
I'm Kurt Flipiak, and
Yeah.
we hope to be talking to you soon.
Yep.
We hope to be rocking and seeing what's going on.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.